Hi everybody, it's BDevine. Happy weekend. I hope everyone's doing awesome wherever you are. Today I wanted to bring in a message about using your integrity mirror. Okay, so what I've been teaching you all about is the flame mirror and how we can put this on with our shielding, and we can actually start getting answers from this. So today I'm going to teach you a little practice to work with your own mirror energy. Now this is not about a mirror on the wall, okay, or looking into a mirror on the wall. Okay, this is our chrome shielding, our mirror flame that is all the way around the outside of our field. But today I'm going to teach you how to work with this a little bit differently. So firstly, we just want to call on all of our guardians as a being of flame sovereignty, that we call upon all of our guardians. Now when we do this, this does include our lineage, our ancestry, our loved ones, our animals, animal guides, okay, all of those, spirit guides and angels, but we call them guardians. It makes it a lot easier, right? So we call upon all of our guardians to make sure that they are also anchoring this flame work. We call upon the dragons of all directions. We call upon the dragons of the integrity mirror. We call upon the dragons of truth, of memory, okay, of life, of breath. We just call upon the whole dragon energy that works with us, okay? The dragons are connected to us specifically. So they are connected with our energy. They are the original flame bearers. Okay, so they know everything and it's connected with you. So what we do, and this is a 3-layered mirror sequence. There are other mirror sequences, okay, and flame sequences. You can make sure that you're just doing whatever colors feel good for you. Okay, there'll be certain situations where you can change different colors of your firewall. All right, so the most important thing is that you have your protective firewall around you, 360 degrees underneath you and above you. Now the color for this is white with gold, but you can make that firewall any color you want as long as you're resonating with it, okay? So we ask for this flame firewall to turn on, right? So we just shorten it by saying flame on. This goes all the way around you. It reaches everywhere, okay? What it does is it really protects you from these mimic influences and false energies. On the inside of this, as you're healing, you want to imagine a sapphire blue starlight flame shield. And this can also be around your crown, like sort of over the crown as well. Because what this does is as thoughts and energy and, releases are happening, it's absorbing a lot of that energy for you and making it a lot easier for you to navigate, right? Now this is the fun part. Around the outside of both of these is a mirror flame. And I've spoken about this before. For me, mine is completely chrome. It's completely silver. Sometimes I have what looks to be diamond-shaped armor, which are just all diamond-shaped mirrors, like all the way around. When I'm working with specific things, I will use that one. So for this, the purpose of this is when you're making a decision, when you're accepting someone into your life, when you're maybe you're unsure about having someone come over to your house or something like this, or you're entering into a collaboration with somebody else, you want to make sure that the energy's right, a new job, a house, location, just about anything, partner, friends, social media people, whatever. So you need to make sure that you have your mirror flame around you, and it's a matter of asking for it and using your imagination. Now, In this one, we're imagining just the front part of our mirror. So it's right in front of us. Now what you could do is you could literally hold, let's see, you could hold like a piece of paper up, right, in front of you, just so you've got the shape of something square like this. You could hold this up in front of you and you're imagining that that is your mirror, right? You could use your hand, which is, you really should start to use your imagination, okay? You could use a piece of obsidian to look at as well, or some clear quartz, right? But the idea is that you're focusing on this very front section of you being a rectangle in a mirror shape. Okay, so this is going to be your lens. And we're going to open the flame gate. So this is a gateway that you're creating in front of you. Really easy. Okay. Flame of truth, fire of sovereignty. I summon now the integrity mirror. Let it burn through charm, fear, and disguise. Reveal the truth of this now. You could say this, or you could just say integrity mirror on. If you can't remember all of that, that's fine. Okay. So center your field here before you do this. Okay, we're making sure that we're cleared of any false energy. We're cleared of anything that is taking away from what we're actually doing, and we're doing this visualization, I guess you could say. We're doing it with just curiosity. Okay, it's either not in alignment with you or in alignment. So as we take our deep breaths in, breathe out into that mirror, stabilizing that visual. Breathe in for 4, hold for 2, and out into the mirror. Okay, one more time. Breathe in for 4, hold for 2, and out into the mirror. Okay, you've got this mirror forming around you right now. So call the person's name or image of them, the situation, whatever it is, job, whatever, right? Call that now. Say it out loud and visualize them or the situation appearing in front of the mirror. Okay, just allow it to come in. Their energetic representation will come forward. So it's them, if you're good at seeing, or a symbol, a feeling, a full vision. Okay. Now is the part where if you have a pen and paper, write these questions down as we go along. First one, what are they hiding? Okay. Watch and feel if anything flickers in the mirror. You're really paying attention to your body at this point. A shift in light or distortion or a drop in energy. Okay, so if you're feeling those things, there's a misalignment. If the person turns grey and can't even come up to that mirror or is flickering or whatever, it's a misalignment, not the right person, not the right situation, not the right job, not the right food, whatever it is, okay? All right, hold it there for a moment. The next question you're asking is, what do they truly want from me? If this is about a work or whatever, how will this truly affect me? So if you feel like a draining or a pull, then there's obviously a false tie. If there's a sharpness or a pull, then this is like a watching energy. It's a maybe. If there is a warm expansion and you just feel nice and clear, then obviously this is aligned. Okay, so What do they want from you? They either want to connect or with your energy because they want to, you know, copy, or they want to just watch everything that you're doing, or they're aligned with you. And this could be with work. Is this going to be something that drains me, something that enlivens me, or something that's just not worth my time? See how you can just adapt to your situation. It's a good idea to have them written down first, right? And then you go further by saying, what will happen if I allow this in or them in? Okay? This is the truth. The mirror will show you a symbol, a flash, or a feeling. So you might see gates closing or the mirror closing, and that will mean it's not time. You might see the fire activating or spreading, and this is a good match. You might see yourself shrinking, and this is a compromise in your energy field. And if there's no change or anything, then it's not connected with you either. So only when you feel warmth or see light or symbols of loving energy, then you'll know that something's right for you. Even food and things like that, if you're worried, if you're allergic to something or whatever, then you could try this. If you're allergic to foods, there's deeper things going on. But if you need to avoid something, or say you're going out for dinner and you like seeing something on the menu, you could quickly just have your mirror like flame on and just do it. You're just doing it all mentally. Nobody needs to know anything. And you can just hold that up there, or even the name, and you'll get that sensation straight away. Your body doesn't lie. Okay? Okay. So you could have some questions. You could keep on going with this, or have some questions written down and practice with it. It helps your abilities, okay? 2, it gives you control of everything that's going on with you. It gives you control. 3, the natural... when you see something or sense something, that's when you start to believe something, right? So it gives you that natural ability to close something off or open the doors, one or the other. Go for the job or not. Do not waste your time, right? There's this, using this truth, integrity mirror, right? This is the thing that will start being our guide as we move forward. And we can also use it for mediumship, for connecting with loved ones if you want to, right? And they come in this way, and you're using a flame mirror to do it. A little bit of a different situation, but still the same sorts of principles. So use your mirror. Don't forget to put it around you, because it reflects back to people everything that they're projecting at you. And if they've been projecting a whole lot of BS towards you, they're getting it back, right? It's being reflected back to them, and they can sense that powerful energy that you have, right? They know, hang on a minute, something's different. I don't have access. One of the things that, we'll just close this mirror down real quick. So, mirror of integrity, I seal you now. No energy may linger. No image may follow. Only flame truth remains. Okay? Close your screen. Okay? Something about energy. Okay? There are many energy vampires that they will just drain you and drain you and drain you and drain you. They want your information about everything, but they don't want to do anything. And even worse than this, okay, is it's kind of like a spider energy. So there are some stories that obviously I have many years ago. Let's just say that. I was I had met this lady I'd met this lady through somebody else, let's just say. And her and I just really hit it off. This lady was funny. She was very, very, she had a lot of abilities. Like, she was really spiritual. And it was nice to be able to talk to somebody that I was meeting that didn't know me from YouTube or something, and just was getting to know me, right? So anyway, we ended up being quite good friends, and I used to go to her place quite often, and all the rest of it. Anyway, one time I made a video on YouTube, and she was screaming at me down the throat, the phone, to get this video off. And I was just like, no, what are you talking about? Like, I was just like, this is mental. And literally, she was gnashing her teeth, and I was just like, ew, right, okay. Sorry, the door was shut, right? It was really ugly, and it was really surprising at the same time. And I was actually away from my hometown. I was actually traveling to see an old friend, and he was very unwell, and it was just a journey, and there she was with all of her BS, right? So anyway, what she doesn't know that I know is that I recently found out that she reached out to somebody else I knew and said, how can we get her? How can we get her back? Like, all of this, right? Going out of her way. Now, what was happening after the whole, that big fiasco, I just refused to speak to her anymore. I was like once bitten, twice shy, if you know what I mean. I was like, nah, I don't need that in my life. And so very soon after this, I started to have this very weird sensation in the house. And at one point I saw a black spider moving, like huge black spider, by the way, not just a small one. And it was it was trying to get into my energy field, right? And it was just hovering around the outside of my bedroom at the time. And it was just like, you know, crawling around the walls and that, and I could see this thing, right? And then sooner after that, this black figure used to come in. I had a black figure coming in to my room when I was young, and I had something under my bed once that actually showed itself to me, which was terrifying, because that's the last thing you want, right? Something under the bed. But anyway, this spider started coming in, right? And I knew it was her. Like, I knew it was her energy trying to see or trying to spy. Sometimes flies and things like that, insects are used, right, to spy on your energy. Like, it's so bad. And the reason why, like, I clicked onto it being her, got rid of it straight away. But the reason why it was so bad was because one time we were speaking, and she had gone to Egypt and all this stuff. And we were speaking one time, and she said that her guides told her that it was okay to step into people's energy fields, right? She told me that her guides told her that, and I'm like, you've got some pretty false guides, because there is no guide that would say you've got permission to jump into someone's energy field and spy on them, right? Or try to guess what they're thinking or whatever. And it turns out, okay, that she'd already given that information to me. So it was no real surprise when this started coming in. So I had to banish all of this energy from my field, all this sort of stuff. And it turns out that years later, as I said to you, there she is talking about, how can we get her? How can we get her? Like, get me how? Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, I learned that a lot of females that I had met on my journey and whatever had been water signs, okay? And not saying that all female water signs are like this, but it just happened to turn out that this was the case. And the Scorpio energy, right, seems to be fascinated with the fire energy the most, right? So I'm a Leo, okay, sun sign. I'm an Aquarius moon though. So it seems to me that the females that are, especially Scorpio, that are entwined in that energy just naturally. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because it makes a really, really good and strong clairaudient, healer, clairvoyant, clairsentient, all of those things. They have that natural ability, right? But what ends up taking place is this over, like, just constantly overthinking about somebody and what someone's motives might be, right? In fact, it's not even just that. It's that we have had this whole journey through the spiritual journey, right? Where we've come from, what we've been doing or whatever, where people have let us down completely, like the whole time, or assumed something. And if you don't know for sure, then you're going to just try to figure it out, or readings or whatever. And what I've noticed is that over my years of doing this work, people have been fascinated with that about me, and all of a sudden they do this thing, trying to get into my energy, or saying that I'm in theirs, or doing readings about me, or assuming something that I'm feeling when I'm not, or I don't even know what you're talking about, right? So a lot of mimicry and a lot of this false light has been around for a long time. If you go back to your friends, go back to your childhood, go back to people that you were with at some point or connected with, and you'll probably find a pattern where you're the one that is lifting, you're the one that's positive, you're the one that's fun, you're the one that's teaching or sharing or giving or whatever, right? And what you may have found is people just take and take and take. And when you stand up for yourself, then they start becoming like, I'm going to react energetically. With this work, the reason I'm telling you this, okay, and I don't care, like, for me, it doesn't matter who's sending me what hex, what spell, what curse. It's obviously, not going to get to me, because if I have an inkling about anything at any time, obviously I'm onto it right away. And even that being the case, even if I wasn't, my mirror flame takes care of it anyway, right? So just for you, you might be a man, and you might have other men that belittle or try to make you less than, or walk all over you, or take from you and drain you, or whatever. So it's a common theme that whatever, this is the thing too, whatever sex, so for me, my mother was, she was good at one point in my life, and then became just ridiculously overtaken, right? Let's just say demonic. So it seems that the women in my life, some of them have been older than me at the time. Not all. Some of my friends are great. They're all still there. But they've been older than me. I mean, a lot older than me, or at least 10 years older than me. And those are the ones that will eventually try to control, or try to mother me, or tell me what they think I should be doing, or not, or get cranky when they haven't heard from me, or send me cryptic messages, so I've got to... None of that happens to me anymore. All these games and all these playing, all this game playing doesn't happen anymore because of this work. It used to happen to me until I started doing all of this work full on. And then I saw people fall off, and then I saw people I hadn't heard from for ages come back. And then there was a difference in the connections with my own sons and my husband, and everything that we're doing. Everything just shifted into this respectful sort of a place. And it was hard to navigate that because that hadn't happened before, right? So as you're using these tools, please know, this is not the same old, okay? These are things that are ancient tools of discernment. These are things that are ancient tools of protection, and they're not outside of yourself. They are a reflection of yourself. You are commanding this energy, see? Women that try to take over or spy or look in, good luck with that. You're only going to get a look at yourself, because that will bounce right back, right? I've discovered in my life that, I have a handful of really good friends that are, lifetime friends, and that's it. That's all I really care about. I've learnt this the hard way. When you go into any kind of work, and because I'm funny and personable and all that sort of stuff, I want to have a connection, I've just learnt that I just can't. This last year has just taught me, with using my mirror of integrity and really looking at things and really opening things up, and it has to be this way in order for it to be strong. And I want to be strong, obviously, for everyone, and show you how to be that way. What naturally starts happening to you as you start working with these older tools, and we let go of a lot of other things that we don't really need, because it just takes care of it so well. As you start doing this, your confidence, your anxiety level, everything shifts, because you're not in that reality anymore. You're not in the timeline of struggle, and if you are, you need to remember to reverse those loops, break them. Go back and watch my video on how to do that. We have to take our power back, because we have been so used and abused for so long, spiritually, as well as in our interpersonal relationships at work, just people in general, life in general, things that we've been through as a collective, right? And as we activate the truth of who we really are, we begin to awaken even more and more and more and more. So when mimic distortion is trying to interfere, it will create a confusing, spinning sensation. So you just need to activate, make sure that you do, an even more powerful flame barrier, right? With your mirror flame, your gold white flame, and your sapphire starlight. Get the dragons involved in anchoring this energy as well. We have a lot of energies that we're going to start to be working with also. Flame architects of long time ago. I've got stories to tell you about all kinds of things. But yeah, use your integrity mirror. Work with it. Get better at it. It's something that becomes very, very easy for you to then interpret for other people as well, if you really want to. That you can read things into the energy field if you want to, for them, with their permission, of course. If your mirror flame won't let you do anything that you're not supposed to be doing anyway, right? But say someone comes, obviously I do this work, this is my work, right? Someone says to me, can you double check this, because I'm not trusting my discernment at the moment? That sort of thing can happen. So eye strain, nausea, spinning or confusion, if you're doing this process, it's all a sign of a mimic presence, and you need to shut it down immediately, right? So, so over the weekend, make a list of things that you want to really get some clarity on for yourself. Remember that all of the tools, all of the flame work is all within. I know that that's something that people have to get used to, where we're not going for a reading or going for, we're learning to do this within. When you have a transmission from me, what that means is that I'm activating those aspects from you. So the voice activates. You have a question, the voice gives you the answer, it comes from within. It's interesting. It starts to just open within you. The codes are in the words. The messaging is, you know, in a subtle layer of your energy field. The sigils help you to put things into place. The breathing protocols work with your nervous system and bring it into a new alignment that it hasn't had. So when you have a transmission, you have all of these scanning of the field, you have these messages coming through, you have this new insight happening, and then you're able to anchor yourself and away you go, right? There are some people who are saying, that's that, don't come back. No need for anything else. It's done, right? There it is. Because some people, I don't want people to start to become dependent on those things as well, the new things, right? And that's not what it's about. It's about activation, a living transmission. So yeah, the integrity mirror. There's a whole lot of other things, mirror vaults. There are dragon mirror teachings as well. There's mirror flame reflectors. There are angelic flame mirror readings and information that you can get. The flame of mirror reversal. All kinds of things. A mirror lock. There's all kinds of things that we can learn as we go along. So, hope you have a fabulous day. I hope that this has been helpful. Let me know your results, okay? And until the next time, many blessings. Bye for now. Of course.